listening to a special edition of Jagriti on 770 AM radio, coming to you live from studios of Saturday AM radio here at 600 East Mall. We have these wonderful young people with us, Roshni, Girish, and Melissa, and we are talking about some challenges that they faced. We missed a couple callers just now, so please call us back, 416-620-1778. We'd love to hear from you. Now, my dear people here, the next question I'd like to ask you is, what roles can Hindu organizations play to help deal with these challenges faced by our young people? Who would like to take it, Roshni?
Well, like you were saying earlier, a lot of mandirs now do have a Bal Vikas or Bal Vihar classes that help the children. But I also believe in schools, there are other Hindu organizations in schools. Like I know Ryerson has the Hindu Students Association, which I was a part of while I was there, and even the West Indian Students Association. They celebrate a lot of the Hindu ceremonies and Diwali, and I know HSA used to do pujas for Diwali after school and havans and everything. So that's good from an educational perspective. There's also for children, there's something called the Hindu Youth Network, which I encourage the children to visit online. You can Google Hindu Youth Network and get to their website. They also do a lot for the community as well in terms of engaging the youth in the religion.
Okay, Girish, what about how we can help, and specifically how did you deal with some of the information that you had to get as a child growing up? Who helped you?
Okay, I guess the organization that I was part of, one of the main factors was, well, there's two. One was music helped. It's a segue to help learning, and also having a guru was very essential. Someone that would help lead you spiritually. If you have questions that maybe your parents aren't equipped to answer, or just questions about life or anything like that, there's somebody else that you can go and talk to, impartial, and they will help you. So.
So you think, I know we have a caller coming in, and we'll have the caller for just a sec. The important thing is that the guru will help you to answer questions that probably you don't want to ask your parents, or they are, as you said, ill-equipped to handle. So now, Melissa, what do you want to add to that?
Well, I agree with Girish about having a guru. I think it's really important to have someone to guide you spiritually when you can't find any other guidance. I also think that Hindu organizations should maybe teach more of the scriptures, which I know they are already doing, and as well as ancient languages like Sanskrit, which a lot of our mantras are in. What they can also do is maybe help explain the meanings of bhajans and mantras as well, so to put more feeling into what we're saying.
Right.
Also maybe encouraging sewa as well.
Oh, very good point. Yeah. Yes. Those are very good points. What about sewa is very important. We should talk a little bit more about that, but before we get there, you want to explain what sewa means?
Sewa is basically it's serving mankind.
Right.
So we can do this in different ways, like maybe donating clothes to Salvation Army, maybe cooking food and giving it to shelters, which I'm actually a part of with my parents.
What about sewa in the mandir, like cleaning, doing the dishes, the kitchen?
Yep, that counts too. And also maybe in everyday life, just sometimes opening the door for an old lady, or helping someone pick up something they dropped.
What about the old man? Would you open the door for the old man?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. So what other things you'd like to add, anybody, with regards to this particular questions? You think the organizations as a whole, what about social organizations? Can they play a role in that too? Any social organizations that we have out there that, except like say, there's you mentioned about the food banks and so on. How could that help us? Anybody want to tackle that? Okay, why don't we do this? I have a caller, and I'll take the call just now, but we'll go to our next person, Krishna Govinda Gopalagati. Continue the discussion here. So, what positive things have you experienced at schools or social gatherings as a result of being a young Hindu Indian people? Let's start with Melissa.
Well, for me, especially in high school, we had something called a Culture Fest where we were able to show different cultures and religions. They would do different dances, wear their specific clothing. We also had the food. Also, just I think in society itself, it's just becoming more, everyone is becoming more open-minded to other cultures and religions as well.
Okay, what about you, Girish?
Yeah, I'd like to add to that a little bit. Also, at my school, we also had like multicultural shows and learning a little bit of Indian music. I played the tabla, and I was able to showcase that during high school and elementary school. Also, I found just participating in some of our festivals and it's really different. It adds to just being a Hindu, and it's really colorful, and you start to understand there's meaning behind it, like why they have it during certain times of the year, and I find overall it's a lot of fun. It could be a lot of fun, like Holi and stuff like that. Yeah,
Holi, Deepavali, and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what about you, Roshni? What positive things have happened to you as a result? What experiences have you had?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, when I was in school, we had a lot of associations. Like at my high school, we had the South Asian Club, which I was the president of for 1 year, and we had multicultural shows where all of the clubs had to showcase their own talents and their own culture. And we also had, during South Asian Heritage Month, which is the month of May, we had our own show as well that showcased all of the South Asian cultures, including Hinduism. And as Girish mentioned, at Ryerson they have a multicultural show every year as well. So the schools now are trying very hard, I think, to incorporate this level of multiculturalism and to educate the youth in the schools about the different cultures. So I think that's a step in the right direction.
Do you think, I know that initially there were kids who would be ashamed, or be not ashamed, but might be reluctant to take advantage of the multicultural events at schools. Do you think that holds now? Do you think if this opportunity should arise in the school, that they will jump at it and want to participate in it and showcase their culture and so on? Do you think things have changed much in that direction?
Well, I think children now are more inclined to participate because it is more accepted. I remember growing up, it wasn't as accepted. I should have mentioned earlier, for example, my nose ring, it's a cultural thing for an Indian girl to have a nose ring. I got mine when I was 9, so I was still in grade 3 or 4. The only one in the school who had it, everybody was like, oh my God, why did you get it? Your parents actually let you get it, holy crap. But it's just a cultural thing, and it is more accepted now.
Well, everybody has it. So that's a good thing. You would like to add something, Melissa?
Yes, to add what Roshni was saying, with the children now, I believe that they are more inclined to participate in such festivals and cultural fests. I also think it's the role of the older students or just the students that have participated in these to encourage the younger ones as well.
Good point. All right, so when we come back, I'm going to ask you a very easy question, and that is, what makes you proud to be a Hindu? So now we're going to have this beautiful number by Lataji, Sunle Pukarai.